everyone. My name is James Lee. I'm the project developer for this project. I'm here today to talk to you about the Highland Parkway Southwest and Southwest Holden Street Safety Project. I'm going to go over the background of this project, provide you with some data that we have, let us know if it is consistent with your experiences living and traveling through this neighborhood. I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the changes we are proposing, and then provide you with an opportunity for input for this project, and then go over our look ahead schedule. As many of you already know, the West Seattle Bridge is closed through 2021, and we know this has significant impacts to the Highland Park neighborhood area. So much so that as soon as we heard about it, we accelerated a part of our permanent traffic signal design at Highland Holden, and we got that signal installed within a week. We presented to the Highland Park Action Community on April 23rd. We provided a detailed response to the community on May 5th. And our next steps for West Seattle as a whole is to develop a neighborhood-specific plan and to attend the May 27th Highland Park Action Committee meeting. Our goals around this project is focused at the intersection of Highland Parkway Southwest and Southwest Holden Street. We want to improve safety for everyone. We want to identify the neighborhood traffic issues in this area. We want to take that temporary signal that we installed and make that permanent with concrete curb bulbs and sidewalks and metal poles. We want to provide some bike facility between Duwamish Trail and Highland Park area. I'll go over that a little bit later. And we want to provide plenty of opportunities for public input. Way before the West Seattle Bridge closure and the COVID, we knew that the intersection of Highland Holden was a major ingress and egress point out of West Seattle. More than 20,000 people walk, roll, bike, and drive through this intersection every day. Sightlines are constrained at this intersection, mostly due to the 11% grade on Highland Parkway Southwest. Metro Route 131 serves this area. There's an existing multi-use path on the east side of Highland Parkway Southwest, and this project is primarily funded by the Mercer Mega Block proceeds and the Move Seattle levy. There have been crashes that happen around this area, primarily at the Highland and Holden intersection. There have been 195 total crashes throughout the whole project area, and as you can see on the graphic on the right, there have been fatal, serious bike and ped crashes that happen throughout the neighborhood area. And so these crashes are the crashes that happened before the West Seattle Bridge closure and before the temporary traffic signal was installed. But we want to move forward with keeping our decisions and our design data-driven. As you may have seen, throughout West Seattle area, we have placed tubes for counting the traffic that are throughout the coming in and out of West Seattle. We know that traffic volumes have decreased on a majority of arterial streets, with the exception of West Marginal Way and Highland Parkway Southwest. Those volumes have went up, especially when the stay-home order is in place. So this Highland Parkway Southwest is a particularly important corridor that we want to really take a look at with this project. And from the data that we collected late last year, it informs us of the traffic calming strategies that we should use to reduce vehicular speeds throughout the neighborhood. Traffic speed cushions and humps are one of the primary strategies that we look at when we are looking to reduce vehicular speeds, and this is typically done through vertical deflection. We know that installing these may impact emergency response times, and because vehicles have to stop and go, it may increase some noise levels when cars are going through the neighborhood. speed is the critical factor in the frequency and severity of a crash. A person struck at 20 miles per hour has a 90% chance of survival, whereas someone struck at 40 miles per hour has a far less chance of survival. It's a key part of Vision Zero, and it's also a key part of this project. So based on the speeds that we collected late last year, it informs us of where we are going to install these traffic calming devices throughout the Highland Park neighborhood area. And we are placing these traffic calming devices and strategies around where where vehicular speeds are traveling greater than 5 miles per hour. So as you can see on the graphic here, we are looking at installing these in several places. I mentioned earlier that there will be opportunities to provide input. If this doesn't match your experience, we can take a look and evaluate it for other traffic calming strategies. So some of these areas, we're looking at speed humps or cushions. Along 9th Avenue Southwest, we're looking at speed humps or cushions, parking edge lines to narrow up the travel lanes, and some painted curb bulbs around where there are some existing bus stop areas. Looking south of this area, because this area is around an elementary school and a playground, a lot of traffic calming devices have already been installed and are going through further evaluation for additional traffic calming devices. These have already been installed by Safe Routes to School and the neighborhood greenways. Through this area, we're also looking at doing more speed humps and cushions on 9th Avenue Southwest. So we've heard a lot of things from you guys about this project area. We heard to install a traffic signal or roundabout at the intersection of Highland and Holden. We studied the roundabout late last year, and because of the significant grades on Highland Parkway Southwest, it would have contributed to a significant cost to the installation of a traffic control at the Highland-Holden intersection. We heard that there are a lot of neighborhood cut-through traffic, particularly when Southwest Holden Street is backed up. We heard that there should be more crossing improvements along 9th Avenue Southwest. At both 16th and Holden and Highland and Holden, there should be a left turn signal phasing. We heard that there should be increased pavement friction going uphill on Highland Parkway Southwest. And between the Duwamish Trail and the Highland Park neighborhood area, there should be some kind of bike facility. So we went ahead and we implemented some improvements short term. I mentioned before that with the increased volumes going through this area, we definitely want to get more of these improvements out quickly. So we installed the temporary traffic signal last month. We are going to install left turn lanes at 16th and Holden, and this is funded through the Your Voice, Your Choice program. And this is phase one of our traffic calming approach. We are going to reduce the speed limits throughout the arterial streets through the Highland Park area to 25 miles per hour. We are installing parking lane lines and painted curb bulbs all along 9th Avenue Southwest. We're evaluating for speed humps and cushions throughout the whole entire area. And we are looking at locations for radar speed signs. And so the graphic on the right illustrates some of the improvements and where we're planning to install these improvements. We're looking to make the temporary traffic signal at Highland and Holden permanent, and that's with concrete curb bulbs and sidewalks. At this time, because Highland Parkway Southwest is being used as a detour route and traffic volumes are higher than they were before the West Seattle Bridge closed and before COVID, we are looking at widening out the existing path. We are going to evaluate for a protected bike lane along Highland Parkway Southwest in the future when the traffic volumes return back to normal. And we are going to look for your input and feedback if you think some of this data doesn't match with your experience, or if there's something else that we should look more into, there's going to be an opportunity for you to provide feedback. And so we ask you to participate in the survey and provide us with feedback about what you've heard today. We have translation services available, and we're going to provide this feedback and input period throughout the whole month of May. And so throughout the month of May, we're seeking your input and feedback. A little bit later this month, we will be presenting to the Highland Park Action Community, so look out for that. A little bit later this year, we're going to give you an update on our design, and we will give a presentation on that. Later this year, we're planning to implement the neighborhood traffic calming that I mentioned during this presentation, and we're going to look to go to construction later next year in 2021. We're going to continue evaluating this project right now and after this project is implemented. And if you have any questions, you can contact us either by email or by phone, or visit us on our project website. Thank you.